people. We got 6. Alright guys, good afternoon. My name is Robert Macon. I'm going to be giving you all a small speech about veteran PTSD. And who better to do it than a Marine veteran with PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder is exactly what PTSD stands for. It's not something that can just affect military members. This is something that can affect anybody in the world, and anything can cause it. Out of those involved, a lot of people out of your Iraq wars, Afghanistan, Fallujah, things of that nature, all of these people can be involved in this. You may not even know. I didn't get my rating until December of last year, and now I'm learning there was a lot of things that were dead giveaways that anyone can have, not necessarily just a veteran or somebody in the military or a police officer or a fireman. I mean, it could be anything. But we'll go over some of that here in the next slide. But PTSD is not always obvious, like I stated. Some of the signs of PTSD, there's a lot of them on here, but it doesn't mean whatever sign could be there. If it's something that's reoccurring and constant and you got to fight through it, it can be a form of PTSD. It's not necessarily something that has to make sense, because part of PTSD is something no longer makes sense to you and you have to figure out why. And you're constantly trying to figure out why. But some of the signs here are extreme rage, isolating yourself, always being on guard, memory issues, nightmares, easily startled, low self-esteem, hopelessness about the future, short fuse, alcohol and drug abuse, feeling numb, emotionalness, lack of concentration, unable to sleep, lack of appetite, overeating, overanalyzing everything. Like me, like I said, I already have PTSD. I overanalyzed this slide just a little bit because I wanted to put as much as I could put in here. Did I need to put all this up there? Probably not. But if I can sit here and possibly take one of you out of the audience and maybe one of these things is something you always deal with, it can get your brain running. Maybe it is a form of PTSD. Or maybe it's just something you deal with on a daily basis. But know, even if you haven't said anything, now you've seen it again. And it could be something that might make you want to seek further answers. Treatment. This is from the Department of Veteran Affairs. I'm not going to read it word for word, but pretty much cognitive processing therapy for PTSD. It teaches you how to change the upsetting thoughts. Now, if you go in, one of two things are going to happen. They're either going to say, hey, let's go over this, maybe some therapy, or depending on the doctor, they could just say, hey, I have a medication that can calm you down. Now, medication is not the answer, in my personal opinion. I'm not on it. I don't think I need it. But there are people who actively do, and it does help thousands of people around the world. But don't always think that's easy to go to approach. There's ways around it. Like I said here, with the medications and whatnot. In patient treatment facilities, there are also great ways for veterans to get the help they need, like Camp Hope. Veteran Service Dogs. This is from vadogs.org. If you are above 60%, you rate a veteran service dog. It is not necessarily something that you need, but who knows? Maybe that's what calms you down. Maybe that's your advice. You can go home, see your dog, pet them, and it makes you calm down. It makes you forget about what you're just steaming over. And with all the different symptoms I gave y'all, you can see that that could possibly not be an anger. It could be sadness. It could be happy. But you're curious why. So I personally rate one. I don't know that I'll ever do it, but I think it could be helpful. I have fellow Marines that have PTSD dogs, and these service dogs help them get through their daily life. They're around them 24/7. And in my personal opinion, I think it's a great way to do it because they're provided to you at no cost. They take care of these dogs, they raise these dogs, they train these dogs, you're introduced to the dog, and then they come home with you to help you through your battle. So I think that's a pretty awesome program there that they do for you. Camp Hope, I mentioned this 2 slides ago. I've actually had the joy of visiting here. My wife Amber has sang there as far as the choir she was with. These guys do amazing work there. I hope one day to be able to do some sort of volunteering there, but it's giving them a chance to better themselves and get their minds off what's troubling them. Whether it be small jobs, whether it is just helping around, or just a place to go to where they can have their time. These guys are absolutely amazing. I truly suggest that anyone that's debating anything like this or knows someone, look this up. PTSDusa.org/Camp Hope. It is a great website. It's a great group of individuals. Even if you can just make it in there to tour this facility, it's an amazing place to be. Don't keep quiet. Like I stated before, you may not even know that it's a symptom. Maybe you just need to talk to somebody and clear your mind, and guess what? It wasn't a symptom, you're right. But what if it was? It can prevent so many other things that can go wrong. I mean, I had terrible anxiety. I wasn't sleeping at night. I'd get up in the morning or in the middle of the night and search my backyard because I heard a noise. How many of your neighbors go out and search their backyard in the middle of the night with flashlights? Okay, I heard nothing. So that should be a sign. If you're doing that, it's possibly not. Well, I saw a hand raise up, so possibly, at least one neighbor. But nonetheless, that is something that you should look for. So don't keep quiet. There's a number here you can call, and the Department of Veteran Affairs on veteran suicide concluded that 22 veterans a day take their own lives. And I've had friends that have done it, and you instantly turn around and think, did I call enough? Did I talk? Did I reach out? And the first step of that is reaching out for yourself too. Making sure that you start covering your bases before someone thinks it's their fault as well. I know I'm 100% guilty of that. That even if it had nothing to do with me, I turn around and look, what else could I have done? What could I have done to get involved? So even if this is something that doesn't even affect you, help by reaching out to somebody that may be affecting. Give them that hand, like, hey man, I am here. Or you need somebody to talk to, let's go grab a beer. Let's go down to the bar. Let's go hang out. Or just go watch a movie, hang out at the house, cut the yard, who cares? Just get interaction going. So, like I said, if you see someone struggling with PTSD, by all means, approach it on a moderate basis. And by what I mean by moderate is, don't go over there, hey man, you were messed up in the head, we need to get you to a doctor. Go and talk to them and go, hey look, have you been battling with this a while? Is this something that's constant? Or, hey man, I've known you 15 years and I see it all the time. So have you been to get it looked at or anything of that nature? This is a works cited page. I'm pretty sure I voiced all of them, but let's go over them one more time. So what is PTSD? Department of Veteran Affairs, ptsd.va.gov. That one is a very good one to go to get you a list. I mean, it'll give you a lot of stuff you saw on the slides and a lot of things I've talked about. They'll definitely show up on that site. Camp Hope, we went over that as well. Great group of individuals, personally worked with them, and I cannot wait to volunteer with these guys. The suicide statistics, Active Heroes, activeheroes.org on /veteran suicide statistics. That's the numbers as of now. Several years ago, that number was 18, and now it's 22. It gets worse. So that's why I'm doing this speech on what I'm doing it on, to where hopefully, once this is posted out and goes out and sees, if I can help one person, I've done my job. Get that number down to 21. PTSD symptoms, our family of vet. That's also a website that is kind of ways to actively go out and help somebody you know. It gives you more symptoms, signs, things of that nature. A lot of them kind of play all together, and with the service dogs as well. Like I mentioned with that too, that's awesome program. If it's something that suits your lifestyle or someone you know, that is an awesome way to especially if they're a very quiet person, like solidarity, this is someone they can talk to, someone they can be with. They don't feel the need for human interaction, but this may lead them back to that. And that's a great, great, great thing to see. So with that being said, did anyone have anything they wanted to ask? Anything that I may have hit that makes sense to y'all? That something that I can try to help with or give you the right information to get to? No? Alright, well thank you so much guys for joining in with this. This is a big part of my life, big part of my wife, and it's one of those things that